Ready? You like your new room? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Bathroom. Diamond painting hung up. There it is. Downstairs. Another diamond painting at the bottom of the stairs. I'm very anxious to go on a walk Apollo. And living room, kitchen, guest bath, a bunch of my stuff I still need to unpack in the dining room, crafting table, temporary spot, slash filming, and yeah, I need to take some diamond paintings out to the garage, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to go on a little walk. I kind of want you to be in your harness. Let's go get that. Okay, diamond paintings that need to go out. So yeah, hi everyone. If you haven't guessed, I was just doing a quick house tour here. There's the basement, where there's laundry room, another bathroom, spare bedroom, and storage. Come on. Oh, okay. And then we've got our backyard here, little side yard area. As you can see, we've gotten a good amount of snow. Apollo has to pee immediately. Jeez, dude. You act like you haven't been out all day. Okay. Then you kind of come through the side yard. We just walked past what used to be an old chicken coop. And then you've got the backyard here with what will be a fire pit in the summer, but just a bench to sit on out here. There's a garden back there and along the side during the summer. Here's part of the garage, which is a shop. Oy. Apollo, don't pull me right now. Then you come out here, my buddy's Mustang, their campers, and then here is some storage where I'm keeping my, I didn't bring my phone. I'm going to have to go back and get that. Keeping my diamond paintings, so you'll see my current stash. Okay. So yeah, there is, you can see on that second shelf up, there's all my diamond paintings. Okay, so this is DAC in square and unboxed, which is this pile. Okay. And then this is Jaded Gem Shop, so that goes here. So yeah, you can see I've got Diamond Art Club, Diamond Art Club, Diamond Art Club, more Diamond Art Club, Distracted by Diamonds, and then Jaded Gem Shop, Diamond Painting Shop, Enablers Outpost, Diamond Dots, and the Creativity Squirrel. And those are all the different brands that I have right now, at least. Okay, let's fix your thing. And I'm sorry, I hate to do this to you, but I gotta get my phone first. Oh no, wait, nope, it's not in my pocket. Okay, sorry about that. Just like, as soon as work was finished, here's the front of the house, by the way. So, yeah, and then, as you can see, we're very close to the Natural Grocers, right across the street, which has been a blessing and a curse, because I go over there way too much now. I've been there once already today to get a cold brew and some bagels, and then I'll probably be going back after this to grab a quick dinner, so it's fine. I mean, it's all good food, but it's definitely pricier than going to like Walmart or King Soopers / Kroger, but it is good food, so at least there's that. But yeah, it's a little bougie to be going there for getting everything for every meal, so I gotta curb that. But we're walking away from the house. We're headed kind of we're headed east. So Golden, Colorado is in a valley. The Golden runs north to south, and then on east and west are mountains on either side. So you can see there's South Table Mountain in front of us. But we're going to go up these steps, which are right outside the house, and it takes us to a little park. And this is where I take Apollo for his potty breaks. So in the morning, before I either start work from home or go to work, we come up here. And then at night, before it's bedtime, I come up here. I've been coming up here to this little park. So yeah, as you can see, we're doing a vlog. Hi. Hope everything's going well. I hope you're having a good day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Come on, buddy. I just figured I'd do a little stroll around town. Come on. Come on. A little stroll around town. We're probably not going to do all of Golden. That would take a while. But we're going to hit some sites so you can kind of familiarize yourself with town, and you'll probably be seeing a lot of this area in upcoming videos. I've actually tried filming this little tour. This is now the third time, but due to audio issues, I haven't been able to actually upload any of that content. But I think I figured things out. I filmed a vlog yesterday, pretty long one, and I think I got it all figured out. Apollo's going potty, so I've just got to collect that. So 1 second. Okay, so yeah, this is a little park. It's really small. I mean, it's just this loop around here, but it's very, very local. Like just the couple blocks around here seem to be the houses that utilize it. Come on, bud. So it's kind of nice because it's almost always pretty quiet. There's usually maybe like 1 or 2 dogs or people out here, but you can see someone's building a big old snow something. There's a hill right there that kids were sledding down the other day. It's warming up. It's in like the mid-50s right now. So even though there's a bunch of snow on the ground, it feels nice out. So a lot of it's melted, but over the past couple of weeks, we've gotten almost 2 feet combined of snow, and Golden gets more than the rest of Denver because we're right up against. So now we're looking west towards Lookout Mountain, which we've hiked. And so we're right up against the mountains now. So not too far from where I was living before, but obviously completely different vibe, completely different scenery. There's South Table Mountain again. Just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And so it's been awesome. It's very cozy and quaint and picturesque. It's kind of like living in a Hallmark movie, essentially. Just that kind of small town, kind of mountainy vibe, and you'll get a feel for it more once we get to downtown, which we'll walk over there today. If Apollo will let us, come on, Sniffy. We got to get miles in. So today, I'm actually meeting with Hannah, Iterations Crafts. I've mentioned it in a previous videos, but in an effort to understand and get a better grasp on how AI artists utilize AI tools, I've decided to dive into it myself and learn Midjourney and learn how it works, and just get a better grasp on the actual process. So when we do have our comment exchanges or I bring the topic up, I can speak to it a little bit more from the perspective of knowing how the software actually operates. So I want to learn how to utilize Midjourney, not only to see what kind of artwork I can create and understand the process, but also identify where there are opportunities for people to misuse and take advantage of that tool and know where things can go wrong. That way, once again, when we're having these conversations, I'm coming from a little bit more of a place of knowledge too, as opposed to just learning secondhand. So we're doing that in an hour and 19 minutes. So that's how long I have to film this, take you around town a little bit, go into Natural Grocers, grab some food, scarf that down, and chat with Hannah. I don't think my initial intention was to record our conversation and do like a stream and put that up as a video, but I don't think so. I think I'm gonna keep it a little bit more casual so she and I can just, if I need to eat or take a drink or whatever, it's just gonna be she and I, but I'll definitely relay what I've learned, what I'm learning with you all in future vlogs and videos. So this way, come on. He's been loving all this snow. He's been just bounding around in it and having a blast, but yeah. So as you can see, it's kind of mountainy neighborhoods. You've got various styles of houses. Some are much older, kind of Victorian, and some of them are on the historical registry with the town. And then some are obviously modernized and newer. Let's go. Forward. If we just went back and forth on this street in these snow piles, he would be happy, because that's his favorite part of our walks right now. Let's go up this way. So up here is called Table Drive, so it's the road that butts right up against Table Mountain. So we'll come up here. But anyway, yeah, I think I have a Band-Aid for the audio. Seemed to work in the last vlog. The only thing that is kind of tough is the audio. Come on. The audio is being recorded independently from the video right now. So I have to do my best to sync them up, and I did a decent job in the last vlog, but I'll have to keep perfecting that. Depending on how things go, I may invest in a new microphone and just deal with that, because the receiver seems to be the thing that's broken. But wonder if I can just buy a receiver. I'll have to look into that. But now we're headed north. We were headed east. And yeah, this is where I live now. So yeah, if you are familiar with my older neighborhood walk vlogs, definitely a different look and vibe. It's just a much nicer neighborhood, and a little bit quieter, more calm, peaceful. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy that I was able to make this work, and did some unpacking during lunch today. Not really. I say that as if I did a ton of unpacking. I got one bag of clothes unbagged and folded, and then I was like, ooh, I've got to film a video. I am going to be doing an event with Jade over at Jaded Gem Shop called the Jaded Gemboree, and I'm assuming at the time of you seeing this, the announcement video has already gone up. If not, it'll be coming Thursday the 15th. Thursday the 15th of February is when that announcement video will go up, so I'm guessing that this will go up after that. I'm pretty positive, but anyway. Today is Tuesday the 13th, so... but yeah, I was like, oh, I need to film that announcement video. And so I did that after I put away those clothes. And then right after work, I'm about 45 minutes past work, as soon as I logged off, I filmed a quick unboxing. And then that last vlog that I mentioned, I had done some of the editing for it last night and got a lot of that done, but then I needed to actually upload it today. So I clicked on all the stuff to get it uploaded, and what I'm realizing is that we're headed west now, by the way. Our internet at this new place is much slower than my last place. So uploading to YouTube is going to now be quite the undertaking, so much so that I may ask my roommates if it's okay if we upgrade the stuff that they have, because it's very old. Like, the router and everything is very old. Even if it means I need to pay a little bit extra. I've noticed while I'm working from home, my conference calls are a little choppy, and my messages that I send via Teams take a minute to go through, and uploading videos is taking forever. So that vlog, it's a long vlog. I mean, it's like an hour and 45-minute long vlog, but in like the half hour since I actually hit upload, it's at like 2%. And I'm like, I can't wait, 30 hours for a vlog to upload, or however long that's going to take. I mean, I guess I could, but I'd prefer not to. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. And yeah, it's a process. It looks like it's going to be. Okay, so we're turning back onto East Street, which is the street that connects kind of to connects to our house. I get a little turned around still sometimes, but regardless. So now we're headed back north again. I'm going to take you down all the way to the Coors plant, which is kind of what Golden was built around, kind of, is the Coors brewery plant. So a lot of these houses and stuff, I mean, this whole town was like employees of Coors way back in the day. And obviously that's still the case, but, not as many people work there. But definitely a town kind of built around one company. Come on. So yeah, we'll head over there. And then the other thing to keep in mind for now and for future vlogs, especially during the summer, is Golden is very much a active community. So tons of people walking, cycling, rollerblading, whatever. Just a lot of active folks here. So we might see a lot more pedestrians once we get closer to downtown. So you might hear me not talk as much, but I'll do my best. We're basically going parallel with the main drag that runs through town, just because there is quite a bit of car traffic there, and it gets loud. So I'm just trying to avoid the noise as much as I can. But yeah, so did an unboxing. Which one? Oh, I filmed an unboxing for Mountain Landscape by All Claire Studio. So that'll be going up in the next few weeks. And I need to get a few more done, just kind of do some batch unboxings probably this weekend. Just to give myself some breathing room when it comes to filming those. And if it's going to take that long to upload things, kind of want to get them done in advance and just let my computer just upload all day over the weekend. Because I used to, when I would forget, I'd be like, oh, I need to film an unboxing, and I'd film it, edit it, post it all within like an hour. But with this house's internet, it doesn't seem like that's going to be an option right now. So I have to be a little bit ahead of the game. Yeah, I hope that long vlog, gosh, I mean, that could go all night and all tomorrow, depending on if the internet picks up or not. We'll see. So that's something I've got to bring up with my roommates. We'll cross over here, because this house, up here on the right, this house is like, they tore down the old house and built like a big old modern block of townhomes. But this garage that you see here, this wooden garage, is part of the historical buildings list. It's got a little plaque on it, so let's read that. So you can see it's a very modern home, but it's attached to this older garage. Let's see. I hope they don't mind. This little piece of concrete says Caroline, July 6, 1958. And then, historic landmark. The East Street Barn was built in 1906 by Wooldridge and Wooldridge for golden businessman Alphonse T. Thuet. And Leonard Vogel, Coors brewmaster during the Prohibition, acquired the barn in 1912. Huh. And it was converted for automobile use in 1938. Come on, let's go. So yeah, there's just lots of that kind of stuff. Just like lots of historic homes, little historic markers, all around town. So one of these days I might have to do a specific video where we visit some of the historic landmarks around town. But as you can see, the whole town just runs like a strip right alongside the mountains. So it's just fantastic. And their budget for snow clearing and stuff is much higher than where I used to live. When it was snowing the past couple weekends, the snow plows were coming through all day, all night, just keeping everything pretty clear. So I never felt like I was getting stuck, even though we got a ton of snow. And yeah, so that's really nice. Like the city really, because it's kind of a quasi-mountain town, really keeps up with all of that stuff. The only thing that was rough about that is, like I said, all night. So like 2 in the morning you hear like coming down the street. It kind of woke me up a little bit because we live right on the corner of 2 streets. And so I was like, okay, I mean, I appreciate it, but also, oh my gosh. It's a lot, but they take really good care of the town. And it's also very hilly, so we're going downhill, so we'll have to climb kind of up out of this on the way back. But yeah, lots of hilly sidewalks and hilly streets and stuff. But I love it. And once again, it just adds to that kind of hometown, small town feel. It isn't that like, flat subdivisions as far as the eye can see. There's a lot of character and dimension and stuff to these neighborhoods. Like this house is beautiful and it's listed as a residential landmark. Beautiful. Little mother-in-law suite. So yeah. But I'll take you down here. This will be a pretty common vlog path for us. So you'll be seeing this just as much as you saw the other neighborhood, but hopefully there's some more enjoyable stuff to look at if you are the type of person that likes to watch as well as listen. Otherwise, just listen along. And pop your head up from your project or your kit or your whip from time to time just to take a look. We're coming up to the Coors Brewery, so I'll show you what that looks like. There's a big old mural that they finished. I don't know if it's all new or they touched it up recently, but it's definitely eye-catching more than it used to be if it was there. But they've been doing some renovations to the Coors plant because I think they moved some of their production to a different part of the country, so it's not as much is done here, but it's still a bustling, like, industrial campus of production. And then Coors does a lot of like tech stuff and some other engineering things, so there's a lot of that going on here too. But we'll mosey on over here and take a little peek, see what we're working with. So yeah, there's South Table Mountain. So we've hiked to the top of that before, which we'll do again once. It's just so muddy during the winter, so I'm waiting for it to... Come on, bud. I'm waiting for later spring and summer. We'll start doing a lot more hiking up there once the snow melts, but it's just icy and muddy and slick, and it's a fairly steep hike going up that way. So we got to be careful is all. We'll stop here because I don't think this road goes all the way through, but there's the big Coors mural, 1873, big old factory, and then they've got a bunch of other buildings. Here's the parking for the tours. They do brewery tours. So on the weekends, this parking lot fills up. They've got these vans that'll take you around to the different parts of the campus. Store your gear before the beer. Please leave purses and bags in your car. So you can do like beer tasting and stuff. I'm not particularly keen on Coors as a company. They have a very they've got some history. We'll just say that they've got some history that hasn't always been kind to people of color and people like me, essentially. Their history hasn't been very kind to the demographics that I fall into. So I don't drink it. If I do, I have in the past. I don't drink anything right now, but I kind of I started avoiding Coors a couple of years ago after learning about some of their hiring practices and discrimination issues. So I tend to avoid Coors, but they did bring a lot of awesome stuff to Golden and kind of built this town into something cool. But yeah, and I'm sure their policies and procedures have changed and they've modernized and they've grown and, improved. But I don't know. I just feel I don't particularly like it anyway as a beer, but I feel a little icky drinking it. So I'm like, it wasn't too long ago that you wouldn't hire me. Based off of a number of different things, or you wouldn't take kindly to me. So anyway, enough about that. So now we're coming along, I believe this is Ford Street, and so this is one of the main drags. As you can see, a lot more traffic, and this takes us basically from one end to Golden to the other. You're doing good, buddy. And then this little causeway, I guess we can walk over this bridge if we were to have kept going. But this little causeway and this little floodplain thing is a recent addition over the past couple of years. This used to just all be flat, but Coors kind of took out a bunch of parking and repurposed this. So this is kind of essentially overflow when the river gets too high, if there's too much snow. The river will kind of go over this little flood plain kind of area and start filling this up. So obviously it's not a continuous river, it stops right there, but it's intended when there's heavy rain, a ton of snow, and we've just got an extra water coming through Clear Creek, that this will fill up with essentially kind of stagnant water until it can make its way and continue down the river. Let's go ahead and stop here for the light. Come here. Come here, sir. Come here, sir. Can you sit? Apollo. Sir. Sit. Good boy. Thank you. Good boy. Let's go. So yeah, as you can see, it's just kind of a depression, a little valley that they've created for extra water. And I haven't ever seen it filled up yet, but maybe there's a potential this year with, we've been getting a decent amount of snow, a little bit later in the season than we typically see. 2 feet in 2 weeks down here in kind of Denver metro area is a lot, but it's been kind of dry earlier this year, like, not a lot for Christmas and stuff, but maybe we're just having a late bloom of a season. So now we're looking west towards downtown. There's the Golden Liquor Store, which is like a super old liquor store, and that's connected to a burger place called Bob's Atomic Burgers, and that is really good. It's nice. They have a rotating special burger that's pretty good. So I haven't been there since I've moved here, but I used to go a decent amount. When I did live here a few years ago, and I didn't live here in town like I do now. I lived kind of on the outskirts, but my buddies, the house that I live in now, I've been friends with those guys for a long time, so I've been visiting that house for years, you know, hanging out with them. So sometimes they'd be like, what do we want to eat? Let's just go get burgers or something. And so we go to Bob's Atomic Burgers. They don't have onion rings, they have these like onion petal kind of things that are pretty good. So yeah, and then you can see here in this little floodplain area, there's a ramp that comes down and does this bridge that doesn't have any guardrails, I think because it's so low to the ground. And then another walkway, and that connects to a path that goes under this bridge that we're about to go on. Maybe we can walk on that. Let's see if it's open. It might be closed right now because of the season. Like I said, there's no guardrails or anything, so little kids need to be careful. But yeah, you can see the river has pushed its way into this inlet just a little bit right now, but it'll get a lot more full in the springtime. What do you think, bud? Do you like it here? He's like, heck yes I do, this is awesome. Heck yes I do. Let's go walk on that. I haven't been on that little creepy bridge. Let's go check it out. So this is Golden Mill on our left. That is a food hall, so there's like a sushi place and a chicken place and frozen custard, barbecue, Mexican. I think there's some burgers in there, and then it's a pour your own beer situation. So there's a bunch of taps on the wall, and you get this card, like a little arcade kind of card. And you tap it on the beer tap, and it tells you how much it is per ounce, and you just pour it, and then they charge your card at the very end. So that can get you in trouble if you're not being mindful of how much you're drinking. But yeah, here is Clear Creek. So this is kind of the end of the creek as it comes through this part of town. And you can tube on this. I've gone tubing every summer on this river. And this is kind of the last little spot where you can jump out of your tube and get out right there, and then there's another park there. But we're going to go over this bridge just to... Oh yeah, they have it blocked off, so we can't go that way. So let's cross the bridge, and then we'll cross the street, headed west, go into downtown, and walk up downtown. Don't know how much I'll talk. I might put some music over that. And then we'll make our way back to the house, because I have 56 minutes now. So here's the Coors plant. Like I said, this is kind of where you can't tube anymore. There's some ropes and some chains because this river feeds a lot of the water that goes into the Coors plant. So you don't want to get sucked up into the plant. So, and if you can see way off in the distance, maybe they've turned one of their little storage tanks into a Coors beer can. But yeah, that's the major business here in town. But we're just gonna cross over this bridge. This bridge is fairly new too. You didn't used to be able to cross right here. But yeah, you finish tubing in the summer, it spits you out into this little platform right here, and then you can picnic, and it's packed full of people during the summer. Little play areas. We've got some checkers and chess tables, so we'll be coming down here a lot during the summer to hang out. I can anticipate doing some more whippin' jams over in this area, just so you guys can, like, you know, just so you can have some fun and just kind of experience the town. The other really interesting thing is down on these sidewalks, if you can see this person, it's telling you that on this lane is where the people with tubes go. So that person's holding a tube. So that's how popular it is. Like, people with tubes on this lane, all the pedestrians on the other lane. Very interesting. And it basically points you in the direction back to the start of where you can tube. But let's walk down here. just even talking about it is like so awesome. Like just living in a town like this where there's all these different activities, and it's very outdoor focused, and tons of dogs, and it's just a very, once again, very picturesque town. I feel so incredibly lucky that I get to live here again. But there's a little boy next to the water. Let's not get in the water today. Come on, not in the water. So yeah, let's go up. It smells like fried food from the Golden Mill. Smells pretty good. Let's go over here. This way, buddy. Come on, let's go. So yeah, when that pathway is open, you essentially walk underneath the bridge. But it's closed right now, and it'll probably be closed for a while until like late summer, because in the spring the water levels get too high and it floods that whole section. So now we're headed back to opposite direction, but we're going to cross the street here so I can walk you along the river a little bit. There's a better look at South Table Mountain. So we'll hike all the way up to the very tippity top of that. There's a story with the top of that mountain. So I'll tell you the story when we go on a hike. There's also a lot of history here too, so I can't wait to do some storytelling. Like, this is gonna be content central living over here, because I've got a lot to talk about. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, kitty. So now we're walking alongside Clear Creek, which is right here to our right. There's the Golden Mill, so you get some really good views of the water from there. And we'll just come down here and hang out. Apollo loves climbing on retaining walls, but this one's a little too high, so I'm not gonna encourage him to jump on that. And it's probably really slick. There's snow and ice. You just gotta be careful, but every walk that we go on, he has been a sniffy little boy. Everything deserves a sniff, which I get it, it's a new place, but he's doing pretty good today. But the first time we came out here, it took us forever just to do this lap, because like every 10 feet, he's like, what's that? What's that? I'm gonna smell that for a couple of minutes. I'm like, dude, we gotta move. We gotta move. Come on. Come on. I was just talking about you. Okay, so we have an option to either go up to Main Street, which is Washington, or we can go where these runners are and go down. Let's go this way a little bit and show you some more of the river. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to walk down here with like an audiobook on or a regular book, and you can see people will just sit on these rocks and hang out all day. There's some that are kind of shaped like steps, and you'll watch the people tubing go by, people in the little swimming areas where the current isn't catching you. They'll just be swimming with families and stuff. It's just, I can't wait. But let's turn around, because I don't want to go that way. I want to go up to Main Street. It's not called Main Street, it's Washington. Washington. And the street we were just on a second ago is Ford. Okay, up. We gotta get to Hannah, so we gotta make this quick. How much time? 50 minutes. Come on. Come on. We've already done 1.5 miles, which is pretty good. So this will put us at about 2 point something, maybe 3, which is kind of our goal for a chill day. 3 miles is kind of our minimum that we have to do in order to get him chilled for the rest of the night. So it's kind of, this is kind of our perfect little loop here. Come on. Come on. Good boy. There's also lots of statues around town. I can't read the plaque because it's covered in snow, but I'll read them to you eventually. Also, the battery's about to die, so once it dies, I'll swap that. Come on, dude. Okay, here we are. Come on. Come on. Come on. Lots of dogs. There's the Golden Hotel and the Bridgewater Grill, which is kind of like a fancy American restaurant here. Come on. So this is Washington Avenue. This is the main drag through town. Kind of old town, western, mountainy kind of downtown area. There's Fat Sully. Fat Sully's an Atomic Cowboy. That's a new restaurant. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of that. Just not great food, not great service. And they tend to like to seat people in that little covered area, and it was freezing last time. Thought we were gonna get frostbite sitting out there in that covered patio. It's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't put people out here. Okay. There's a big welcome to Golden sign where the West lives. Howdy, folks. Very Western. And goes across the street. So this is where they do a lot of parades and stuff. Some outdoor seating. This place is really good. I should see when they close. This place right here is called Kona Bowls. So it's like poke bowls, acai bowls, smoothies. Really good. Even though we love your pups, no dogs inside. Sorry, buddy. Come on. Kind of Hawaiian style. And then across the street is a relatively newer bar called the Brick Room. So that's a cool little sports bar. Then over here we have the old Capitol Grill and Smokehouse. That's another bar / restaurant, kind of nice. Come on. What is it? What is it?
Is that real?
What is that? Come here. Is that a buffalo? Is that a buffalo? What is that? That's crazy. He's like, what the heck? Come on, hop up. Good boy, good boy. Come here. You're doing good, sweetheart. Oh, you're gonna lick the camera. Okay. Okay, let's go. Good boy. Let me fix your legs. Hey. Okay. Directly in front of us, right here, this place has a dog-approved patio, which is nice. It's called the Buffalo Rose, which is one of the reasons there's a buffalo out front. It's also another place that did me wrong in the past. Like, their quality of food wasn't super hot, but we went there over the weekend, and it was actually really good. I had these bacon-wrapped bacon-wrapped dates with goat cheese and peppers and arugula, and it was really good. Do you want to stay on this side, or do you want to cross? Let's stay on this side. But you'll also see a lot of these very touristy Colorado mountain antique stores. There's a ton of them on this street. Just have different golden goods, lots of local stuff, like local coffee, local chocolates. Here's a candy store. Come on. Here's a game store, which I'll have to go into at some point. We passed by a Latin restaurant and a deli that's really good. And then across the street, right here, is called Ace High Tavern. That's where I typically go for karaoke. Yeah. Another chocolate shop and ice cream shop. Just very, very, like, you know, once again, small town. Very small town vibes. There's an outdoor apparel store. There's a Jimmy John's, which is not local. And then right here, we just walked past it. This is called Indulge. It's a wine bar and restaurant. Very fancy, very uppity. My friend Dom, who I've talked about in several videos, and she's actually been in one of our videos, she works there part-time. And then we have Snarf's Sandwiches. That's a chain, local, I think it's local, sandwich shop. And then we've got Woody's Wood-Fired Pizza, so pizza place. People really love it. It's kind of a landmark here, and people really love it. I'm not as into it. I haven't been there in years, so maybe I need to go back and check. Oh, or go back and try it. And then, I wanted to show you the ramen place I really like. But this is Okinawa sushi restaurant here in town. But there's this really awesome ramen place. One more block down. Come on, Pablo. Let's go there. Maybe we passed by it. Oh no, we passed it. I think. Did we? Yeah, we did. Sorry, we passed it. Okay, next time we'll cut out of downtown earlier, but there's another place called Nosu Ramen, and it's like one of my favorite restaurants here in town. You want to go this way? Want to go through the alley? Yeah, okay. So we'll come up behind Woody's, which I think is where you pick up your takeout if you're going to get takeout pizza. Come on. Come on. So yeah, here's the pickup window for your takeout. So if you order pizza to go, you pick it up back here. You can eat it here if you so choose. Maybe I need to just... Oh, and straight ahead is Table Mountain Inn. That's another hotel here, and it's kind of done in like a Southwest Adobe style, and they have a little Mexican restaurant in there I've never been to. But I was going to say, maybe I just need to order a pizza from Woody's and try it again, because it's very popular. And then Thai Gold, straight ahead. It's an older building. There's a Thai restaurant that they put in here, and it's another one of my favorites here in town. I actually had that for lunch today. I had drunken noodles, and then tom kha, I think, soup. They come with a little small soup, and then some gyoza. But yep, this is Thai Gold, one of my favorite places here in town. A really good lunch special. And I'll show you their little outdoor patio. So they have a couple tables here, but this patio is awesome to hang out at during the summer. Really cool. Come on, let's go. So yeah, if you're ever in town, try Thai Gold or Nosu Ramen. Those are like my two top picks. There's some really good Mexican here too, but we haven't passed by any of those. Okay, so we're gonna head back towards the house now. I showed you the majority of downtown. There's like one more block, but that's pretty much some of the highlights of Golden. You'll be seeing them a lot. But we're gonna cut down this street, which will spit us out over by the other grocery store in town. Some other businesses that I'll call out. And then we're gonna head back to the house. This way. Careful. Watch your little butt. So here's another look at the Coors Promenade, I guess. I don't know what to call it. But yeah. We're looking okay on battery. We have about 18% left, so we'll see how we do. This way. You want to get up on that? Good boy, good boy. Nice. Nice lift. He's getting really good at jumping, like his vertical jumps, because... Nope, don't eat that. Because our house is hardwood, and so he doesn't have a lot of traction in the majority of the house other than where there's rugs down. So in my room I have a rug down, but between where the rug ends and the bed starts is probably a good 3 feet of wood. So he doesn't like jumping on my bed, which is a little tall. He doesn't like jumping on the bed from the wood if he doesn't have to. So he's learned over the past week or so to launch himself from the carpet onto the bed, and I'm shocked at how quickly he was able to master that and how easy it is for him to just launch his whole body like through the air and onto the bed. I'm like, my goodness. I mean, as he gets older, we won't be able to do that, you know? And I do worry it when I see him do it. I'm like, your little joints, but he's a very athletic dog, and it just doesn't seem to really faze him. And it's not like he barely gets into the bed. He's able to like completely clear the bed with the front half of his body, and then he lands with his back legs first. I'm like, geez, I wish I had that kind of leap ability. It's crazy. But he actually seems to have fun. Like when we're playing chase and running around, he'll run up there and launch up, launch down, launch up. I'm like, my gosh, you're getting me tired. But he seems to really like it. So this is also Ford Street, but it splits. Just behind us where we cross the street, it splits. So it goes from being a two-way to 2 one-ways with this block in between. So the traffic is going the same direction we are, which I don't necessarily like for safety reasons, so we're going to get off this street. I like when I'm walking towards traffic. I think that's like a rule, like a common knowledge rule, like walk towards traffic, so if someone jumps the curb, you can see them coming. But there's a Safeway right here, Burger King, obviously, chain. And then up here we have the Cheese Ranch Deli, so another deli that has some more upscale sandwiches. It doesn't sound like it would be with the name like the Cheese Ranch, but it's where you'll go to get like a really nice charcuterie board for like a party or just yourself. They do a lot of imported and local stuff, which is awesome. I've been there a couple of times. It's expensive, but it is good. Let's go ahead and cross the street. And then recently opened is Sangha Juice, fresh pressed juice place. You've got the wine shop, and then at the very end is a yoga studio. And once again, my friend Dom, who lives here in town, she does yoga classes there from time to time. So let's look at the Cheese Ranch and see what they've got going on today. Soups, Sammys, and more. That Cheese Ranch. Looks like they got some good stuff. They close at 5:30. But yeah, they've got some good stuff in there. I'm gonna have to go. Maybe I'll get lunch there this weekend. Okay. The Cheese Ranch. Come on. So this is the other half of Ford Street, the oncoming traffic side. And this is kind of where our house is connected to-ish. Come on. Good boy. We're now at 2.3 or 2.03 miles, so a little bit shorter than I normally like to do in the evening, but we're on a little bit of a schedule because I've got to hop online and hang out with Hannah for a little bit and learn about Midjourney. So maybe, this is totally in jest, but maybe someday I'll be really good at not only Midjourney, but I'll learn about Procreate and Photoshop and stuff and start creating some of my own artwork to turn into customs. And then everyone that's anti-AI art can attack me directly. I'm just kidding. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting learning experience more than anything else. But hey, who knows? Maybe I will end up coming up with some images that I'd want to diamond paint. Who knows? I actually reached out to an AI artist via Instagram over the past couple of days, and I was just like, I love your artwork. It's really beautiful. It's kind of, once again, those lo-fi vibes, kind of city scenes and beautiful. There's one that's called like Moonlit Path. No. Glistening Path. I forget, something like that. Or Trail, Moonlit Trail or something. Anyway, really, really pretty. And it didn't look like they were licensed with any diamond painting shops or anything. And so I reached out to them. I was like, hey, I love your artwork. Is there any possibility for me to do an individual license or something? And they had no idea what I was talking about. They're like, tell me a little bit more about what you mean with diamond painting and custom. So I kind of had to explain diamond painting a little bit and like had them take a look at my finish of Beyond Good and Evil from Iterations Crafts, and they're like, oh, okay, I get it. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, well, how do I do an individual license, or, how does that work? And they're like, well, I have a Patreon, and so you're welcome, chill out. You're welcome to go to that Patreon and subscribe to my Patreon monthly charge, and all of my full resolution digital images are there. So you're welcome. Once you are a member, you can you can pull down whatever you like and do with it what you will, as long as you're not reselling it for profit. And I was like, okay, cool. I go onto their Patreon and it's $3 a month, and I'm like, I gotta give you more than that. Like, I could go on there for $3, download all those images, with permission, and get them all turned into customs. I'm like, I'm not gonna give you just $3, because I'd say there's probably about 10 images on this artist's Instagram that I was like, ooh, I would absolutely do that as a custom. So I wrote them back and was like, okay, I just, joined your Patreon, but do you have like a Ko-fi, or can I PayPal you, an extra $20, $30 plus per image, just as a thank you, because, $3 just didn't seem like enough. And they're like, yeah, sure. So I'm going to try to whittle it down to 2 images that I really want to get done as customs, and then I'll probably send those over to Jade to get rendered and turned into customs for me. But I was like, yeah, I'll probably do like $40-$50 an image, just to, support them a little bit more. $3 seemed a little too low, but it's nice that there are those options. And there was another artist that I saw that I was like, ooh, I could totally see myself doing some of these too, but I haven't reached out to them yet. I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is see what I can make happen, learning Midjourney, see what I can create on my own, and then probably get some help from Hannah on post editing for now, because I'm not versed in Procreate, I'm not versed in Photoshop, I'm not versed in Topaz, which is all photo editing software. So I might ask her to take my raw image from Midjourney. This is all just, speculating, or just kind of pre-planning. Who knows if I'll ever get to this point, but if I do end up coming up with the raw image that I like, it just needs, a human hand, then I might reach out to Hannah to do some of that post-editing work for me, see how much she would charge for that. And Apollo, you're literally pulling me off the path. How much she would charge for that, and then ask for her for some help to do the professional side of things, or the extra professional steps. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know what you smell, but something. And maybe get a custom done of that. So who knows? There's lots of possibilities here, but I'm really excited to learn and to understand better. So we'll see. We'll see. Easy. Easy. There's a dog in this yard that Apollo's very interested in investigating. Come on. Let's go. Heads up. So yeah, like I said, as you can see, Ford Street is one of the main drags, and like I said, it's a one-way right now. So a lot more traffic than some of the streets that we were on, but it's our best means of getting home or getting to natural grocers. We're kind of doing a little zigzaggy situation. Oh, we're down to 3% battery, so let me swap you real quick. We're almost done, but let me swap you. Okie dokie. Sorry. Just had to swap that battery out. Come on. Come on, sweet thing. Little butt. Little butt. So yeah, this is our evening post-work neighborhood stroll if we're going to stay in town. And once it warms up and we start doing more hikes, the trailhead is right on the other side of that park that we walked through, that first little baby park. So it's like the trail is also something that I don't need to get in my car for anymore, which will be awesome. And there's so many trails up there. I think they said something like 27 miles of like interweaving trails and stuff up there. Like, it's a ton. So we have so much to explore, and that's just one trail system. There's so many others around. Here's Runner's Roost, which is a running store. I've been in there a couple of times, and this season I probably will need to get some new shoes. My Hokas are starting to wear down. So yeah, it's just like everything is within walking distance. It's a very safe community, very welcoming community, very active community. So many different Facebook groups and stuff of like hiking clubs and running clubs and biking clubs and climbing clubs and yoga. And so I think I'm going to end up being a lot more of a social butterfly, especially since my two roommates are very social as well. And so I think it's just going to kind of be a new chapter in like kind of how I operate day to day, hopefully. Which who knows how that'll impact diamond painting and content creation, but I think I've set myself up pretty well because we do a lot of vlogs and outdoor stuff more than anything else, so might just be more of that, who knows. But I don't know, I'm just very optimistic and the outlook seems bright for 2024 so far. Last little restaurant I'll mention is this one right here on the corner with this green roof. This is Bonfire Burritos. It's a little burrito place here that gets very popular on the weekends in the morning. They serve these big old breakfast burritos that I think are really good for everyone's hangovers and stuff. But depending on the day, you can wait an hour for a breakfast burrito, which is the one turn off for me. Because usually when I'm in the mood, like, I'll just go snag a burrito, I want to do exactly that, like snag it. I don't like having to think like, okay, place the order now and then you can go pick it up in an hour or an hour and a half. Like, usually when I'm in the mood for like a quick breakfast burrito, I'm wanting half of that burrito in me in like 10 minutes, you know? So there is another place on the other side, which we'll explore that. We're now headed south. We'll explore the South Golden in another video, but there's a Santiago's Burritos down there and a bunch of other stuff. That's where the Kroger is. But I wanted to show you kind of the old town part of Golden first. Come on, buddy. Get it all out, because we're almost done. Come on, sweetheart. Let's go. Let's go, little butt. All right, we've got 23 minutes till I need to hop on StreamYard with Hannah, so that'll give me enough time to pop in to Natural Grocers right here and get back to the house. So here's the front of Natural Grocers. Come on. So we're just going to cross the street right here. And again. And there we are. The house is right there on the corner on the left-hand side. The garages and everything that I showed you, and here's the grocery store. So I'm gonna pop in here, get some food, go set up my computer, and learn all about Midjourney. So wish me luck. Thanks for coming along. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of this content. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.